Good morning, y'all. Let me find my live chat. I'm sitting on the porch. It's pretty quiet out here for right now. Let's see how it goes. If it gets noisy, I'll have to move in. Hey, C. Matt Shoes, you was first. Cheryl T. Diana. Kathy C. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Hey, Charlene. Good morning. How are you? Oh my goodness, guys. I didn't get to do a porch chat yesterday because I was sick as a dog. I had chest pains. I had to lay down. I felt like I was just like totally exhausted, could not move. So I just laid there on the couch with Chloe on top of me. Hey, Clancy, Nika, good morning. So I didn't do a porch chat. I was going to make a post and I just didn't feel like going and getting my phone. I couldn't find it. But anyhow, I feel better this morning and we're going to discuss some true crime. Oh, and I finally got my tie dye kit. It only had like fuchsia, like a blue color, yellow, and black. But the bottles are huge, and it came with an extra mixing bottle, and it came with this little booklet where you can. It shows you how to mix colors, and it came with packets of that soda ash to soak your t-shirts in before you start. It makes the color more vibrant, but the bottles are huge. They're huge. I don't know what colors I'm going to do. I may not use all the colors. Who knows? I'm going to decide though. I'm going to be tied on another shirt though soon. Anyways, little Sam Olson's mom, Sarah Olson, finally spoke out at a little press conference. And we're going to take a listen to that this morning. I didn't know about it until this morning. It happened yesterday. Oh my gosh, little Sam looked just like his mama, identical. And it's so sad. The last time that she saw him was a year ago at his birthday. And when she came to his birthday party, he said, I knew you would come for me, Mommy. Isn't that sad? And she had plans on taking him home with her that day. Um, but she was prevented. She said she was prevented. She didn't say prevented by who. We're going to listen to it. Take a listen to it. I've got it pulled up here. Let me get to my screen share. And here's something else sad. His little body is still at the funeral home. There's a holdup with the death certificate. And all Dalton Olson would have to do is go down there and do some paperwork. I guess Sarah's got to do some paperwork too, but I guess this Dalton's weirdo is refusing to. Anyways, Sarah Olson thinks that Dalton is involved. We're going to listen to it. It was a little low on my phone this morning. It's so sad. She had his Toy Story toys sitting out on a table with some pictures. Just heartbreaking. I still have Timothy's little Toy Story toys. Okay, am I sharing the right one? Yeah. Just turn the volume up. I think this has ads on it, unfortunately, but we'll just have to bear it.
The owner of the Gonzalez Law Group. We represent Sarah Olson and family.
As loud as
Divorce
it'll go. Let
matter.
me
I
mute.
know I've said that before. I know y'all are not here to hear from me, but I just kind of just thank y'all for coming on out because um, I know it's been a couple of weeks. I know people have been wanting to hear from Sarah, the mother of young Samuel, and so I just it's been some time for her to I guess, cope with everything and her to get her emotions, in order and enough time, for her to.
I just thought of something, guys. I could play it probably from my phone and hold it up to my microphone. Y'all could probably hear it better. It's up to y'all. I don't care. Can y'all hear pretty good? They talk pretty low. They have a low voice, anyways, and don't look like to me they got any mics on. We'll just play it and hopefully y'all can hear it. Let me go back.
Be ready to speak with y'all. But with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Sarah Olson.
Let me mute.
Hi, my name is Sarah. Um, I guess I'm gonna start off by asking if we could just take a minute to have a moment of silence for my son and just pray for him. I don't really know how to do this sort of thing, so just if y'all have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
Sarah, first, can you just talk to us about the toys you brought?
Um, yeah, Sam was obsessed with Toy Story ever since he was a baby. He just he loved Toy Story, and Buzz and Woody. Those two were his favorite, but he loved all of them. He, he loved Toy Story.
How are you holding up now in light of everything you've been through?
Um, I'm holding up. I just it's hard. I'm just taking it day by day. Um, Nobody ever expects something like this. I still am trying to understand things.
In your statement, you talked about your ex being charged. No one's been charged with murder yet, obviously. What do you hope as far as perhaps upgraded charges and other people being charged?
I believe the police have all the information that they need. And as far as charges, they know what they're going to do.
What would you say to Teresa Balboa? At one point, she had apparently told police that you had the boy. Now she's the one facing a charge in connection with the case. What would you say to her?
I have nothing to say to her.
What do you miss the most about your son?
Having him. He was sweet. He was very obedient. He was definitely a mama's boy.
So, Sarah, you were trying to go through the legal ways of getting him back in your possession.
Yes, I was. He Dalton took Sam last January in 2020 and never returned him. Um, Actually told me that I would never speak to him again. And yeah, I called police after police trying to figure out what I could do, and it was a civil matter. So I had to take it to court. And, you know, things can be slow.
When was the last time you were able to spend time with Sam?
May 31st of 2020. It was his birthday party.
Can you talk more about what that interaction was like? Remember what happened? Your moments with him?
Yeah, when I got there, he told me, I knew you would come for me. And, he just basically stood with me the whole time. And I was planning on taking him home that day, but I was stopped.
So were you able to talk to him on the phone or communicate with him at all? Not at all.
Dalton, no. I was not allowed.
What would you say about Dalton's choices as a parent? With who was taking care of Sam?
I don't know how to comment on that anymore. I don't know.
Where were you when you found out the news that the body was identified as Samuel's, and what went through your mind?
Well, when I found out there was a body, I was actually downtown Houston Police Department, and I just walked out and had my phone in the car, and that's when I heard that there was a body. And I don't know, when they gave me a couple of days, they knew it was him right away. I just
Well, assuming you want justice, but what does justice look like for you, or what would that mean for you?
for the people involved to get, you know, legally what they deserve, and just a lot of change needs to happen in the legal system, among the people, among parents. It's not just my kid. It's not just me. It's a lot of people going through the same, not the same thing, but the same thing. And something needs to be done.
And has Samuel been laid to rest? Has been funeral or what?
He is currently at the funeral home still.
Anything you want to say to the public? This case is obviously capturing the attention of our community. If you think to let people know about the way that asked.
I don't know.
We both spoke with the new police chief, Troy Finner. We had a conversation, me, Sarah, and Mr. Finner, and Mr. Finner assured Sarah that he's got everybody on it, and that anybody who is liable in any way, on any part of this is going to be brought to justice. And I truly, believe Mr. Finner and his words and his sincerity. There's been a lot of lies, on the other side concerning this from the start. For them to try to put it on my client, Sarah, with that concocted story about somebody impersonating a police officer was absolutely insane, and for Sarah to have to hear that, but that she was trying to put some blame for this was absolutely absurd. And I mean, it's just been really tough, with Sarah right now. Young Samuel has not been able to be completely laid to rest because now that there's some I guess details, with the death certificate and everything that we need to hash out and iron out, and Sarah wants a cremation, for young Samuel, and so we need hopefully the cooperation of Dalton, to get this done. But so that seems like what's holding things up right now, and that's a very unfortunate, right now. So I mean, obviously we will keep posted, on that, so that way, Samuel can completely be laid to rest here shortly. But we just want to make sure that everybody that had any kind of involvement, with Samuel's murder, is brought to justice. And I just hope that from all these lies that have been said, the truth will come out. And I know that's what Sarah wants. I know she's, still in distress, obviously, and as any parent would in this situation. But hopefully the truth will come out, and people that will stop their lies, and this investigation will move forward, and everybody involved will be taken care of.
When was your meeting with the chief?
We met, was it last week? Last week I met with him in person like 2 weeks ago, and then we spoke on the phone again with him last week on this. And his emotions, from Mr. Finner, seemed very sincere, and he was, very adamant about telling Sarah that he's got everybody on it, doing everything they can. And I know these type of situations take, some time, especially when people are gonna keep on with lies and not come forward with the truth. But hopefully, with all the investigators, they're doing their job, then the truth will be found out. Yeah, so Mr. Finner, wanted to speak with Sarah, and I know Sarah, has been reluctant to speak to the media. I mean, because this is kind of overpowering, as well, to be on this side, with, I mean, there's about a dozen, cameras, on her right now, and so obviously she wasn't ready, for this, but she had the courage, at least enough, to speak with Mr. Finner over the phone on a three-way call last weekend, and he gave her a bunch of assurances, and I know Mr. Finner will come through on his word. And the whole, police department and everybody involved, the DA's office, everything, should do their job for Samuel's sake, because that's what Sarah wants the most is justice for her son, the truth to come out, because I mean it's just horrible set of facts, horrible set of facts.
Sarah, have you spoken with Bolton recently? Sarah, do you believe there is somebody else involved besides Bobo?
I do.
Talk this one.
The police know. The police will find out. But yes, I do believe that it is more than just her.
Any idea why? Why was Andy killed?
I have no idea.
Can you share with us your favorite memory, your best memory of your son?
I mean, I always loved when he called me beautiful.
Sarah, do you believe Dalton is involved?
I do. I don't see how he couldn't. With all the evidence that has now been brought to life, how are you not involved?
So do you think that you'll have a public memorial or will it be private?
I'm not sure yet.
Do you recall what were your last words to him on that May 21st party you were able to see him?
Yeah, I told him I loved him and that everything would be okay.
Was that at Dalton's mother's house?
It was.
That was what the Galveston incident was?
It was.
Based on. What do you think about the dropping those charges?
Well, I'm glad because I was innocent.
But when she says system needs to change, she said it was a lot due to that incident where she was innocent, just trying to take matters in her own hands because she rightfully was supposed to have possession, of Samuel. And with the pandemic hitting, 2 months, earlier, court shutting down, the whole world changing, she went to go try to get her baby, back. And so she felt she was innocent, but because of that has led to a whole bunch of other things with the system that has prevented her from being with Samuel. And it's very unfortunate. And like she said, me and her have had several talks, because it's not just her. There's a lot of others that are watching this right now that will be watching this that feels the same way that the system let them down. And so we, it's not going to stop even with this investigation. My law office, is here to make changes, and we've done a lot for a lot of other people, but we got to change the system, and if it doesn't start with us, who's it's going to start with? So there's a lot that's going to be coming out of my law office, and to try to right a lot of wrongs with different systems, with the criminal system, family law, system, and others. So along, with Sarah's help, and also, in remembrance and fighting, for her son, as well too. So, I know, she's being very courageous, up here, being in front of all of y'all and taking y'all's questions, but, every time that me and her talk, it's just, about Sam, about Sam, about Sam, about Sam. And she doesn't want people to forget her little boy, doesn't want to, anybody to forget, these insane set of facts that were thrown out, especially, for Balboa to participate with EquiSearch on trying to find the body, passing out flyers, and her trying to pin it on Sarah. It's just it's tough to understand why humans do certain things, and then so I know this is very tough for her, and I'm very proud of you, Sarah, for coming on out and being able to speak with everybody, because I know everybody wanted to hear from you, so I'm very proud of you. But she's being proud, and she's I'm proud for her. She's being courageous for her son. For her son, he was very cute, boy, and I know she loved him a lot, and so just want justice for Samuel. But any other questions? Anybody?
Have you had any interaction with Balboa?
Other than last year at the birthday party, she said hi to me. No, I've never met her other than that.
So you had no idea she was going to care of your son at all?
I thought Dalton had him. I thought he was good with his dad.
Anybody else? No? All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you. My name is Marco.
Okay, guys, I know that was a long interview, but I thought we all needed to listen to it. That is just so heartbreaking. But like, I am so confused. First of all, I didn't know about any charges being dropped against her. Um, there must have been some kind of incident at the birthday party that she attended because she said she had plans on taking him home with her that day, but she was prevented. She tried to take matters into her own hands or something, the lawyer said. Like, I can totally understand that, but I'm confused because in my state, if you have custody, physical custody of a child, and let's say they're on visitation with their parent, and the parent's refusing, let's just say you want to go pick them up. Maybe the parents refusing, maybe they've left them with grandparents or something. Anyways, you can take your custody papers to the police station, and by gosh, they'll roll right up there and knock on the door and take the kid out of the house. I know this for a fact. I had it done when my son was a baby. His dad had left him with his parents, and he wasn't supposed to, because I didn't like the environment, so I'll say. And my ass rolled up there with the popo, court papers in hand, and I took my youngin' home without a car seat. They let me. But that cop knew this family, knew, you know, not a good environment. Not like they're druggies or anything, but they like drink beer and listen to music loud on the weekends and stuff. And that might have been fine, for their other grandkids, but like for my kid, no, no, no. It's not happening, you know. And still to this day, nobody's ever partied around Timothy. I might have took like a little drink of moonshine or something. That's it. Anywho, I don't understand what these YouTubers are doing. I watched a video yesterday. Some YouTubers went to the neighbor's house of where cash was taken. They recorded the neighbor without knowing. Well, that's just disrespectful. That's what you call desperate people that'll do anything for a view. That's what you call that. You don't record people without their permission. See, they don't care. They don't really care about these victims or anybody else. It's all about their channel. I have no clue who you're talking about because I've not been watching YouTube, but that's my opinion on it. I wouldn't do it. I'll be down in Kingsport around Evelyn Boswell's grave this weekend. I mean, I may go by there, pay my respects, but I'm not going to be filming it and taking pictures and putting up on my channel. I guess I'm a bad YouTuber, but I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm sure people would love to view that on a video, but I'm not doing it. They'll not view it on my channel. You're supposed to respect. You're supposed to have respect for the dead and stuff. And some things you just don't do. But this YouTube goes to people's heads and they'll do anything for a freaking view. They'll say anything outrageous just to draw people in. RNA, I feel for her, but I would fight to the death for my babies. I just don't understand the situation of where, no, she said she called police multiple times and nobody would help her. If somebody would have helped her, Sam would be alive right now. That's my opinion. I know we can't do the what ifs and go back in time and all that, but I'm just saying. It's just sad. I can tell she's heartbroken. She probably feels really, really guilty. And like she said, nobody expects for something like that to happen. She thought he was in good care with Dalton for some reason. And he seems like he's on drugs to me. Is it just me or does he look like he's a drug addict? If he's not, he needs to take him some vitamins and eat him some fat back and fried potatoes and put some weight on because he looks horrible. I'm just going to say it. I whipped my ex's butt when I was 16. The cops asked my dad, "Did you do this to him?" He said, "No, my daughter. Effer threw a lamp at me and it broke on the wall and I fell into the crib. That's the last day we were together. I knew he would kill us." Oh my gosh, Diana. Glad you got out of that. CC, anyone marketing other people's woes and grief, I call a gore crow. Very old word, but it's fine. Hey, I've heard some people say, like, even me, true crimers that get on here and they're monetized and stuff, they say, "Oh, you're making money off other people's deaths." I don't consider it that way because I do other things on my channel. We tie dye, we have ghost story nights and stuff. And if you notice, I do not monetize almost any of my videos anymore, especially when it comes to kids. If it's like Lori, Daybell, or something, sometimes I monetize, but sometimes I don't because of Tylee and JJ, you know. I just try to have some damn respect, you know. But anyways, prayers for Sarah. Lord have mercy. I can't imagine. She looks so broken. And here I think I'm having it rough right now. Just imagine losing a child. I always love prayers for her. She's lost a child. I don't know how people that lose children get through it. I really don't. Hey Mandy, how are you? Exactly, and showed the front of the house. I couldn't believe they had the nerve. I just came across it by accident. I haven't been watching a lot of the videos made by people that are only there for the views. No, I can't stand that. I can't stand people that do stuff just for views when it comes to like these true crime cases with kids and stuff. And like they'll only jump on the ones that's like making big news. Like they don't even care about the other kids' cases. They're all important to me. But I just don't like that because they really don't have any care for the victim and their families. You know, you can get on here and discuss true crime, and if you want to give the family down the road, I guess you can. But you don't got to take it into real life and go back and film people and record people without their knowledge. I'd sue the pants off somebody if they did me that way. We are going through that now. YouTubers making up lie stories and hurt some innocent people just to get views and money. It's a shame. Hey, I quit watching, well, the drama videos and stuff. Of course, there's ladies that I like in the drama community, of course. I didn't unsubscribe to them, but I've just not been watching any of that stuff. It's been a while, and I did unsubscribe to a bunch of people that do things for the wrong reasons. That's all I'll say. Oh my gosh, guys. I got to show y'all something before we do any more true crime. If I don't, I'm going to forget. Over in, who's scared of spiders? Let me ask y'all this. Who's scared of spiders? Because if you lived in Australia, oh my gosh, you would be tripping out, having a panic attack right now. Because look at this. Look at those spider webs. Oh, that's not all of them. Let me see if I can find the huge spiders, gossamer web blanket, bushland in Australia, billows under sun. I don't know exactly what all that means, but here is a little video. Let me see. We won't turn the volume up, but look at that. That is spider webs, y'all. Look at that. It just goes on and on. They just had a freaking rodent epidemic, a mice epidemic. That's not the first time that's happened because I watched a documentary a few years ago about just like millions of mice just swarming everywhere, all over the farmland, just doing all kinds of damage. Look at this. Jesus mercy. What kind of spiders are these? I mean, they must be like huge. Oh gosh, I can't. I walked right into a spider web, y'all, my face the other day, going down the trail to the funny farm to cross the fence. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all that. Now, let's see. We're going to talk about little Liam. His mommy allegedly killed him, left him on a hiking trail in Las Vegas. Cute little boy. He looks healthy, or he looked healthy like my son. I'm canceling my Australian safari. Mandy, I'm having nightmares. Good Lord, not a fan of insects in general. Then you wouldn't like my hermit crabs, Mike. My hermit crabs are kind of like spiders. overrunning the wild due to quarantine, possibly. Oh, I don't know. They have a lot of strange occurrences, natural occurrences, like with animals over in Australia, like the mice plague. Look up the mice plague and watch videos. I mean, there's millions of them, and they'll just tear through a piece of farmland. They'll get inside the barns. They'll be eating on the animals too, their legs and stuff. They'll just destroy all the grain, seeds, farmland, everything. There's my little red bird over there sitting in the tree again. I love that little bird. He hangs out here all day. Okay, let me see. Let me look at my live chat a minute, because I've not been able to see anything but top chat. Big ones. You have to not. Okay, it's way behind. My chat's catching up, y'all. I always love. I can't handle spiders. Spiders probably the size of what? I can't even pronounce that. Diane, I always carry a stick on the path to knock the webs down. I don't. You know what? I can't believe that I walked into that web. I mean, I've only done it like 100 times. I said out loud, "You damn weirdo spider! Haven't you learned not to build your web here?" Because I knock it down every freaking day. There was a big spider in the bathtub the other day. That thing was huge. I think it was one of those brown house jumping spiders. My house is full of freaking spiders. I don't know why. I'll kill them, and they just keep coming back. They got little skin. I think they're brown recluses or whatever they're called. Sunnyside, we had rats running in the streets in a town near me during quarantine. Oh my God. I saw something on the news about that. CC, prehistoric flying birds. Yeah. Oh my, they live in the drain. Even the spiders are weirdos. Yeah, I know. I'm in the habit of calling everything a weirdo. I call my dogs weirdos sometimes when they're acting weird. Hey, Amy. Did I see Remy? Hey, Remy, here's the solution. Burn the house down. Oh, gosh, no. I can't burn the house down. I'll be homeless. I'm about that way anyways. Not yet, but maybe soon. Who knows? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's read about little Liam. Let me get serious because this is sad. There's his mom. I mean, she don't look like somebody that's would do this, but do any of them? Not usually. Authorities have released more details about the death of 7-year-old Liam Husted, whose body was found by hikers late last month in what investigators believe was a killing at the hands of his mother. KLAS obtained court documents showing that Liam was naked, had multiple injuries when he was found about 8 feet from a hiking trail outside of Las Vegas on May 28th. The report does not indicate what caused the injuries, and authorities have not yet commented on Liam's cause of death, but have arrested his mother, Samantha Rodriguez. Police were not immediately able to identify the deceased child based on the limited evidence at the scene and shared a sketch of the boy with the public. A friend of Rodriguez's contacted police about a week after Liam was found and said she had not seen or been in contact with Rodriguez or her son, and that she was concerned the boy in the photo might be Liam. Police were then able to make a positive identification with the help of photos of Liam's father's Facebook page. Poor child. A motive for the apparent killing is not yet known. Rodriguez left her Santa Cruz, California home where she lived with Liam's father on or before May 24th. Left a note for Nicholas Husted saying she was going to find another place for her and Liam to live. Nicholas did not immediately suspect his son was in danger and called police a week later when he was unable to reach Liam or Rodriguez. Rodriguez and Liam are believed to have traveled through Southern California and to Nevada, where investigators believe Liam died. Rodriguez then drove to Colorado, where she was arrested last week. and is expected to be extradited to California. KLAS reports that she remains in Denver for now and will appear in court for an advisement hearing on Thursday morning. That's what? Tomorrow morning? I remember I was doing a live stream and we read the article and it had the sketch when they first found his body and they didn't know who he was. At first, I thought, well, maybe he wasn't, brought into the country illegally or something. But no. And I believe we also watched an interview with Liam's neighbor. And he had thought that he had found Liam. He was pretty sure it was Liam, the little boy he had found outside the apartment complex. He was crying, but the little boy could only speak Spanish. He called the police, but as he was on the phone with police, Rodriguez, his mom, pulls up and gets him. But it's believed that she was trying to abandon him then. There was nobody around. He's just locked outside the apartments. Anyways, the neighbor, he felt really bad. He thought, he felt like he should have done more, but, he didn't know. He didn't know. I mean, at least he did pick up the phone and call police. I mean, and then, Liam's mom pulls in. I mean, who in their right mind would think, oh, gosh, she's going to go kill him somewhere? Nobody. But if you're ever in a situation like that, you need to investigate a little bit. Just don't hand them right over. You wait till the police get there so they can investigate a little bit more. That's what I would do. My chat's flying by. Love you guys. I hope you all have a great day. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, Gabby. Have a good day. I'm just trying to look at the chat here. I think she did it to hurt the dad. Yeah. I think they have other kids besides Liam, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I think there's other kids. Maybe not. Maybe he's the only child. He kind of reminded me of Timothy when he was sitting in that little swing. Not that they look alike, but Timothy's a little chubby too. He looked like a little healthy boy, Liam. My son, he's still healthy looking, but he's slimming down a little bit. Bless his heart. Okay. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? So prayers for his family. Oh my goodness. I bet the dad is heartbroken. I'm wondering if the mom was acting weird or anything before this, like showing any signs of any type of mental illness or anything. Okay, so I do have a little bit more information about the Murdaugh killings or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they figured out if they've been murdered or not. It looks like they have. They was shot multiple times. They are the prominent family from South Carolina. The mom and son was found shot to death at their dog kennel outside of their hunting lodge. Now, yesterday we read about Paul Murdaugh's his friends saying that he had an alter ego named Timmy because when he drinks, he becomes a lunatic, an asshole, takes off his shirt, tries to fight with people. I hate that they were found dead, but it seems like he was just a spoiled brat, born into a life of privilege. There, his family has had this law firm in South Carolina since 1910. His father is a big, high-profile lawyer, and I believe he was a judge or something at one time. Anyways, he wrecked a boat. Paul Murdaugh wrecked a boat last year, threw a young lady from it, 19 years old, and killed her. Yeah, he was going to be charged with that, but I think they dropped the charges after he died. But there's still a civil lawsuit, I believe. Let's just read this. Police combing through family phone records as Paul Murdaugh and Mother Maggie's cause of death revealed. And I looked up how to pronounce their name this morning. It's Murdaugh. My accent, I probably can't say it exactly right. A coroner has released the autopsy results of a mother and son who were shot to death in South Carolina last week, as authorities have issued a new statement about the ongoing investigation. As WCSC reports, the Colton County Coroner's Office determined that Paul Murdaugh, 22, and his mother Maggie, 52, both died of multiple gunshot wounds. The coroner didn't specify where on the bodies of the victims were shot. The mother and son were found dead on June 7th at their hunting lodge in Colton County. Maggie's husband and Paul's father, Alex Murdaugh, reportedly found their bodies Monday night and called 911. According to Fitz News, sources have said that Alex Murdaugh was visiting his ailing father in the hospital before returning home to find the bodies of his wife and son, 3 days before his own father died. Police have not named any suspects in the investigation, but have said there is no ongoing threat to the public. Fitz News reports that investigators are working to obtain forensic data from Alex Murdaugh, including computer records, phone records, vehicle GPS data. Sources reportedly told the outlet that Alex Murdaugh has been fully cooperative with police and has a strong alibi. On Tuesday, Fitz News obtained a statement from the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED, providing a timeline of the first hours of the investigation. The statement does not otherwise include significant new information. As the statement notes, the Colton County Sheriff's Office, I don't know if I'm saying that right, first responded to the scene and quickly contacted SLED for assistance in what was treated from the start as a double homicide investigation. SLED agents began working with the sheriff's office immediately to evaluate the crime scene and take the lead on this investigation. SLED crime scene agents began arriving on scene at 12:07 a.m. Crime scene personnel worked throughout the morning of June 8 to collect evidence and submitted it to SLED's forensic lab, which immediately began processing and testing the evidence. The statement offers an assurance that SLED is committed to transparency and says further information will be released to the public at the appropriate time. We cannot and will not do anything that could jeopardize the integrity of this investigation or that would violate the due process afforded to all in our constitutional system of justice, the SLED release stated. I can understand that. At the time of his death, Paul Murdaugh was awaiting trial on charges connected to the death of 19-year-old Maggie Beach, who was thrown from a boat Paul was driving and crashed in February 2019. As previously reported, investigators have said that Murdaugh and others on the boat were severely intoxicated at the time of the crash. In light of his death, prosecutors have dropped the charges against Paul, but a civil lawsuit remains active. Hey, somebody is getting revenge on them because I need to find that article that we read yesterday because it had some of the stuff in it from court, the court documents. But his friends begged and pleaded with him to take that sailboat back to the dock. And he was drunk, taking off his shirt, acting a fool, driving the sailboat around in circles, and they freaking crashed, and it throwed Maggie Beach from it and killed her, injured other people. Somehow, I feel Maggie Beach's death is connected to their death. Somehow. This case intrigues me for some reason. I don't know why. Ooh, I see Nancy Grace has got it set up about it too. See it, Nancy Grace on the unsolved Murdaugh murders in South Carolina. Oh, I can't play it on here. You'll get in trouble for Nancy Grace playing something Nancy Grace does. I think here's something else we can talk about in a minute. I hope I don't play a video. Let me go back to let me quit screen sharing a minute. Anyway, Simone Biles' brother's out of trouble. You know, he was in trouble for freaking murder or something. She left a letter saying she was finding a new home. The grandfather just died too. Yeah, but he was like 80 some years old and had been in bad health. That's why the father, what's his name? Alex Murdaugh, went to visit him at the hospital. Now there was multiple guns used. There's 2 different guns used, and they was shot multiple times. So this is not no murder suicide. No, no. This is a double homicide investigation. I want to know what the last days of their life was like. Had they had any weird threats? Maybe somebody took revenge on him because they knew that he was going to get out of trouble because of who his family is. I mean, this is like a rich, rich family, a prominent family in South Carolina. One of their ancestors started that Murdaugh law firm or whatever in 1910. In 1910. And just about everybody in the family has become a lawyer except for this weirdo Paul. I hate to say that in him a murder victim, but I mean, I'm just going by what I read. He seems like a weird character to me. Not that attractive. Probably used his money to get friends and just was a complete asshole when he was drunk. I mean, the truth's the truth. I'm not going to bash him too much till I learn more, but you can just tell. Let me go back and find this other article. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. I need in my Discord. Oh, I got to get off here shortly and get busy. I'm going to meet. Sapphire's going to be in my area this weekend. So I want to go meet her and hang out with her a little bit. Me and Chloe. Anyways, I got to get some things straight around the house and get some things done. Hold on. Let me scroll back up. Let me find my Murdaugh stuff. Let me see. Son found dead with his mother may have been targeted. That's not the article. We had one that he had an alter ego. Let me just look it up. Hold on. I got to set my mic down a minute. I've been holding it. I'll find it. Okay, right here. I hope this don't play a video. It's going to, but I'll try to mute it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I got like a million tabs open, y'all. So let me read this again so everybody can get a better understanding of how he was in real life. Okay. Okay, there he is. Paul Murdaugh, the murdered son of the prominent South Carolina lawyer, acted so strangely when he was drunk that he is said to have had a drunk alter ego named Tim, and he even stripped down to his underwear before allegedly causing a boat crash, which claimed the life of a 19-year-old in 2019, and that 19-year-old was Maggie Beach, according to court documents released last week. Murdaugh and his mother, Margaret, were found shot to death at their hunting lodge. Okay, we already know this. He was facing trial. According to court documents released last week, Murdaugh would often be high on alcohol and become a different person. Following the death of Beach, the girl's family had also sued Paul in civil court. The documents released revealed the nickname Timmy got popular among his friends 3 or 4 years before the boat crash, testified Anthony Cook, who is Paul's cousin and was also Maggie Beach's boyfriend at the time. it's a different name because he turns into a completely, totally different person. So somebody will say, all right, here comes Timmy. We got to go. The deposition was part of a civil case filed against Paul Murdaugh by the Beaches family, the report said. Okay. Cook also testified that Paul had either slapped or pushed Maggie Beach and in 40-degree weather on the night of the crash. What were they doing sailing in winter? However, before he had stripped down to his underwear as arguments broke out among 6 people on board the boat, Cook said. He started taking his clothes off during one of the arguments, and it was 40 degrees outside, Cook said, according to the Daily Mail. I've seen him do it a few times when he drinks. I don't know why he does that, because he's a weirdo, that's why. I've seen a lot of people drunk as a skunk, never try to do crap like that. Some passengers had requested Paul take the boat home, but he drove instead in circles, according to the report. The boat was in the water near Hilton Head Island when it crashed and killed Maggie Beach, a University of South Carolina student. Cook's testimony paints a chaotic picture of Paul Murdaugh and reveals that he would often lose control and get into arguments after heavy drinking. The same happened that night, too. Murdaugh started an argument with the group of 6 as he continued to drive the boat in circles while others said they had wanted to go home. Cook said Beach said he was stupid and it was time to go home. This perhaps made Paul furious. He turned and pointed at her. I could tell he was going to say something. I told him not to make that mistake. And he stared at me for a second, then went back to steering the boat, Cook said in his testimony. And I believe that's when the boat took off. He said the throttle was hit, but wasn't how or by who. We went from a 2-mile-per-hour idle to the bow of the boat sticking up in the air, he said. Ooh, it looks like we can see the boat. That's a little bitty boat. Like, how in the hell was 6 people on there? Look how pretty she was. Bless her heart. That said, the mystery might now remain unsolved after Paul and his mother's death. Okay, we know they was found shot to death. Okay, it says Paul was the apparent target, shot at least twice with the shotgun, while Maggie was killed with what appears to be an assault rifle. Okay, I wonder what's going to happen with that civil case now. Okay, Murdaugh's father, Alex, works for the prestigious law firms Peters, Murdaugh, Parker, Elsroth, and Detrick, which was founded by Randolph Murdaugh in 1910. Interestingly, 3 days after the dual murders, his grandfather, Richard Murdaugh III, also died at the age of 81, although his death is believed to have been the result of natural causes. Yeah, he had been like really, really ill. And if he knew about the murders, this could have just, triggered a heart attack. Just too much for him to bear, and him already sick. Mother was a pretty lady. She probably saved him every time he was in trouble. Mom and Dad probably saved him every time he ever got in trouble. What a weirdo. I hate to say that about someone that's passed away, but I mean, it's just the truth. He acted like a complete weirdo. I'm thinking this was planned revenge. Actually, hope they don't get caught. Yeah, I think this was planned revenge too. But why kill the mother? I don't know. I need to find out more about the hostility that was probably going on between the Beach family and the Murdaugh. There was probably, there was. Hell, they're suing them. I don't blame them. I would sue him too if he wrecked and killed my daughter drunk and people begging him to go back to the boat dock. It'd be one thing. It'd be kind of different if he would have been sober and they'd been out having fun and he wrecked and killed her. Horrible, horrible. But, he was drunk as a skunk and just a complete weirdo. Hey, little squirrel. My little squirrel's eating. I can imagine being that mourning relative or loved one too well. Yes. The family, had to be hated by the community. I feel like somebody felt like justice was not going to be served, so they took it into their own hands. And they probably, if I'm right, probably, just my opinion theory, felt like that because they're a prominent family and he probably got by with everything. If the truth's known, he's probably been in trouble before and it's been swept underneath the rug. I'm getting the side eye by a squirrel. Don't side eye me, girl. It's a little girl squirrel. They didn't even give him a breathalyzer. See, it's because of his family. It's because of his family. That's why. The mother might have been mean spirited too. Who knows? I'm not going to be too harsh on her right now because I don't know. But I'm just thinking, I guarantee he's had his pudding. You know it. His pudding patted his whole life, and probably the only reason he's had any friends to begin with because he had money. Probably wasn't because they really liked him. Who would want to be friends with somebody that you can't even have a good time with? They get a few beers in them and they're ripping off their shirt and down to their underwear, endangering everyone's life. Lucky more people weren't killed that night. Very lucky. I just read an article about this. So the son was facing trial for the death of a girl. Grandfather dies the days after the double homicide. Little weird. Yeah. And the Alex Murdaugh found him, the husband of Maggie Murdaugh and father of Paul. Alex Murdaugh the third, I think that's how you say it. He's the one that found him and called 911. Now, they took off his computer data, phone data, GPS from car, and they say he's got a strong alibi. This was a hit. Someone marched their ass down to that dog kennel. Probably made them, maybe they marched them down there and executed them. Maybe somebody was watching them and snapped them. Who knows? I'd love to know how it went down, though. There was another death that Paul was involved with. Oh, really? It's not abnormal for someone old and ill to pass during a time of grief or stress. Yeah, I'd say he did pass away from natural causes, especially after he was already ill and after learning about the double homicide. We got prominent families around here like that too. There's one, and every time they get in trouble, somebody in their family gets in trouble. Oh, they mysteriously get out of trouble, and someone else can do the same thing, and their ass is cuffed, stuffed, and gone to jail for a year. It's just ridiculous. Money talks and bullshit walks. That's what they say. I really believe Alex had it done. He could have. I thought about that. I always love. Maybe he was thinking, maybe the mother patted Paul's pudding a lot. Maybe he was fed up with both of them. Maybe he was fed up with saving them. Here, Paul is wrecked and killed somebody. Now the family's being sued. Who knows? But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to get off here. I hear dogs scratching at the door. I've been hiding out here on the porch from them. So I could do a stream uninterrupted. I know a family here and it gets away with everything. Yeah, it's bullcrap. His 1905 law firm can't help now. 1910. 1910 law firm, I know it. It can't help now. I shouldn't be laughing, but Cement Shoes cracks me up sometimes. I can't help it. I can just picture him saying that in real life. He's got some good jokes. Good comments. Anyways, guys, y'all have a good day. I'm supposed to do ghost story night for my channel members tonight. I am planning on doing that. Hopefully, everything is calm and I can get that done. It'll probably be after dark. We're going to do it after dark since it'll be a ghost story. So it'll probably be 8:40, 9 p.m. when we do it. Anyways, thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for your support. Have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace. I'm being summoned by Schnauzer.